Okay, so I'm joined by Wrighty, assistant manager at the club. I know Bakes is away at the moment. He's sunning himself in Blackpool, did you say? Or
Yeah,
in November.
Like yeah. He's always got the sun cream out this week.
Righty, we've got another big game coming up Saturday. Hednesford, it's a funny one, isn't it, really? Because they're probably not where anyone expected them to be. It's not really quite rolled out for them in the league this season, yet they carry a lot of threats, don't they?
Oh yeah, they'll carry a lot of threats. They've got a lot of experience, a lot of big name players. Been there, done it. Won the league last year. We've got 3 of the lads from the league, lads from the leagues above as well. So yeah, things haven't worked out for them. Obviously, they got rid of the manager last week. Obviously, we don't know what's going on there, but surely, yeah, they're going to be a big threat. They lost at Congleton the other night, so they're going to be licking their wounds. I'm sure of that. I'm sure they'll be training tonight with a plan in mind to get back on track, because I'm sure the owners at the club won't be happy where they are at the minute in the league. Yeah,
well, it's interesting that, because I looked at the fixtures and I thought, them getting knocked out of the cup after all the drama last Saturday, thinking the next game is probably not such a bad time to play him. The next game but one, less so. I don't know, I mean, I was probably looking too much into it, but I mean, is there something in that?
Well, we'd have preferred them to stay in the cup, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
So they've got their eye on that as well, which obviously the next round draw, but it wasn't to be. They were unlucky on Saturday. So yeah, but if I'm honest with you, Chris, it's not going to really be about them. It's about us.
I was getting there, don't worry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's going to be about us really. But yeah, there's no. Is there a good time to play any team? Obviously a team of that quality, they're gonna come good at some point, you would think. So let's hope it's not this Saturday and we can get some points on the board.
And as you say, it's about us. We've had 2 wins on the bounce. We're looking to make it a hat-trick on Saturday. We just seem to have found our little mojo again, and part of that, I don't know, there's a bit of a lift in the club with Wrighty signing, because we know what a good player he is and how much he brings to the team, not just his goals. So there's a bit of something in there, isn't there?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Earlier in the season, when we had a good spell, when we had a good run, we had some competition for places. You know yourself, you've spoken to Neil about it, and we've spoken as a collective. We went through a phase where we didn't have that competition for places, which was either through injuries, or we'd let players go, or players wanted to move on to play for other clubs. They weren't getting the minutes with us. We're at the position at the minute where we have actually strengthened again in areas we wanted to strengthen in. Obviously, Tim coming in has been a massive boost for the whole group, because they've seen what he's about, his professionalism and stuff like that, and what he brings on the pitch. He's got 2 and 2, hasn't he, so far? And he's been superb around the group, and they've really accepted him as they would do. We've also got a couple of young lads in, obviously, from academies. We've got Ollie Armstrong, who's coming from Crewe, who's been an absolute breath of fresh air. He's been fantastic. And also we've got John Dunlop, who's coming from Rochdale. Well, we haven't really seen a lot of John at the minute because he actually got injured last week. Okay. So he's another good addition. We've seen maybe a couple of training sessions with him, but he's going to be a real good addition as we move forward. And we'll add competition to places for the lads on the team.
I mean, I spoke to Neil last week about he was wanting a little bit more from the midfield players. He felt we got a lot of threat up front. We looked pretty solid at the back most of the time, but it was just in the midfield areas perhaps where we weren't quite being creative enough. That certainly changed last Saturday. There was certainly a lot more, and I think that was a conscious effort to move those players into more forward positions where they could hurt the opposition a bit more. Yeah,
we're just trying to get the midfielders to be more forward thinking, a bit more proactive, and think, maybe where they should be when the ball drops. Instead of being a bit ultra defensive, which they might well have done subconsciously. But the lads have, they've taken the mantle up, really, to be fair, and they really pushed on last Saturday. And I know you spoke to Neil and we spoke about it as well. Even with 11 men last week, we were the better side. 10 men, we just pushed on and pushed on. But we've got to take it on. Our aim is not to sit where we are. Our aim is to get consistency within the group. Now, the midfield lads and the lads in the team at the minute have got the shirts. It's up to them to keep it, isn't it? That's what we keep telling them. We turn around on the bench now.
Don't give me a reason to take it away.
We've got quality now. We can bring on, and as a management team, you're always looking to bring in players that you can bring off the bench that don't weaken the side. Have we got that at the minute? Yeah, possibly. I don't really know that yet. We don't know everything about all the players, but what we've got is a stronger group than we had a few weeks ago, which is obviously benefiting everybody.
And one thing that's certainly there, and I think there's always been something that runs within the club, is that camaraderie is there. We might not be the biggest club, we might not have the biggest crowds, we might not have the biggest wage bill, but one thing we absolutely do have is an essence of what a team is.
Listen, from the moment myself and Neil came in January, at the start of this year, that was in abundance. You could see that they were tremendous. You know, when we spoke about it before, you know, the desire, the willingness. You know, it has dipped a couple of times, and that's when we've got after the lads. But they certainly get it back. I mean, we've actually got one of the best defensive records in the league. We've conceded goals per game. We're top of that league. You know, it surprised myself, and I think it surprised Neil as well, where we were with that. But that's a testament to the lads. Where we haven't been so great in the previous weeks is scoring goals. Now, hopefully, we're trying to change that. But we've got to keep the mentality of keeping the ball out the other net.
It's a hard balance sometimes.
It is.
That's the game.
If we can do that, we'll go a long way. You know, obviously, you know, we know where we are as a group. You know, we've got our feet firmly on the ground. It's just game after game. We've got a lot of games in November. You know, by the end of November, start of December, we'll have a rough idea where we are as a group and where our season will pan out. It's a big month for us.
And this has already been quite a lengthy interview, Wrighty, but I just want to end with one more question, and that is, it's getting that home form back. So, I mean, away this season, 8 unbeaten, home. It's not been terrible by any means, let's not say that, but I mean, it's been more of a challenge. So it's a great opportunity against a team on Saturday that are absolutely going to be coming at us, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we've played particularly bad when
No,
we've played at home.
no.
We've just not had the rub of the green. You look at Nantwich, you know, we were the better team for large parts of the game. Should have been outside. We lose to a 93rd minute goal. Then again, we equalised in the 93rd minute against Mossley, first game of the season. But we haven't been terrible. We've not played terrible at home. And there's nothing in our heads that say, well, we can't play at home. We've got nothing in that. The lads have got nothing about that in their heads. We're literally just going, as I say, going game by game. There's no extra pressure playing it at home. You know, I mean, to be fair,
the pressure will be on them on Saturday.
Yeah, well, we don't play in front of thousands at home, do we? So, you know, there's no extra pressure. We go away. You know, the supporters have been fantastic. They're with us every single game, home and away, and it's really appreciated by everyone, the management and the players.
Great stuff. Wrighty, thank you very much.
Thanks, pal.
Very entertaining.
Well,